In the heart of the American wilderness, where nature's beauty meets its rawest and most untamed form, there exists a chilling enigma, missing 411. Over the decades, countless hikers, campers, and outdoor enthusiasts have vanished without a trace, leaving behind bewildered families and perplexed search teams. The official explanations are often vague, attributing disappearances to natural causes or unfortunate accidents. However, beneath the surface lies a far more sinister truth, one that the government has worked tirelessly to conceal. The summer of 2023 saw an unprecedented spike in disappearances in the national parks. Among the missing was a young journalist named Ethan Ross. Driven by an insatiable curiosity and a knack for uncovering hidden truths, Ethan had been investigating the missing 411 phenomenon for years. His articles had garnered attention, but also unwanted scrutiny from higher powers. His last known whereabouts were in the dense forests of Yellowstone National Park, where he had ventured alone, hoping to uncover the truth. Days turned into weeks, and Ethan's absence became a matter of grave concern for his sister, Lily. Desperate for answers, Lily decided to retrace her brother's steps. Equipped with his notes and a resolve forged from love and determination, she set off for Yellowstone. As she delved deeper into the park, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, an unsettling sensation that only grew stronger with each passing day. On the third day of her search, Lily stumbled upon an old, abandoned ranger station. The structure, weathered by time and the elements, seemed an unlikely place for any recent activity. However, the fresh tire tracks leading up to it suggested otherwise. With caution, Lily approached the station and found the door slightly ajar. Inside, the musty air was thick with the scent of decay and neglect. Dust-covered furniture and old equipment lay strewn about, but it was the stack of files on a rickety desk that caught her attention. The files contained detailed reports of numerous disappearances, each marked with a red stamp, classified. Lily's heart raced as she scanned the documents. They painted a chilling picture, descriptions of strange lights, mysterious figures, and inexplicable events that defied natural explanation. Among the papers, she found Ethan's name, his case marked with a special designation, priority subject. As she read on, Lily heard a faint noise behind her. She turned to see a shadowy figure standing in the doorway. Before she could react, the figure lunged at her, and everything went black. Lily awoke in a dimly lit room, her hands and feet bound. The sterile smell and the hum of machinery suggested she was in some sort of facility. Her captor, a man in a dark suit, stood over her, his expression devoid of emotion. "You're very persistent, Miss Ross," he said, his voice cold and measured. "Much like your brother." "Where is he?" Lily demanded, her voice trembling with anger and fear. The man sighed, as if dealing with a minor inconvenience. "Ethan Ross became a threat. He knew too much, and we couldn't risk the exposure of our operations." "Operations?" Lily's mind raced. "What are you talking about?" The man leaned in closer. "The disappearances you're so interested in are not accidents or coincidences. They are the result of our experiments designed to harness the untapped potential of the human mind and body." Lily's eyes widened in horror. "You're using people as test subjects?" "Volunteers are hard to come by," he replied with a twisted smile. "And the wilderness provides the perfect cover. People go missing all the time. Who would suspect a government conspiracy?" Lily's thoughts were a whirlwind of disbelief and terror. Her brother had stumbled upon something far more dangerous than he could have imagined, and now she was entangled in the same web. She had to escape, had to find a way to expose the truth. But the man seemed to read her mind. "Don't bother trying to escape. This facility is impenetrable, and even if you did manage to get out, where would you go? The world wouldn't believe you. They'd think you're just another conspiracy theorist." He turned to leave, but paused at the door. "It's a shame, really. You and your brother had potential. But now, you'll serve a different purpose." As the door closed behind him, Lily felt a surge of determination. She wasn't going to let them win. She had to find a way to stop this madness, to bring the truth to light, no matter the cost. Days turned into weeks, and Lily was subjected to a series of tests and experiments. The facility was a maze of sterile corridors and locked doors, guarded by armed personnel. The other captives she encountered were shadows of their former selves, broken by the relentless probing and manipulation. One night, as she lay in her cell, the faint sound of a commotion reached her ears. Shouts, gunfire, and the unmistakable blare of alarms. The facility was under attack. Moments later, her cell door burst open, and a figure she recognized all too well stood before her. "Ethan," she gasped, tears of relief streaming down her face. He looked different, hardened, with a steely resolve in his eyes. "We don't have much time, Lily. We need to get out of here." Together, they navigated the chaos, avoiding guards and finding their way to the surface. As they emerged into the night, the cold air was a stark contrast to the sterile environment of the facility. Ethan led her to a hidden camp where a group of survivors and rebels had gathered. They had been tracking the government's activities for years, slowly amassing evidence and preparing for a strike. "We're not alone, Lily," Ethan explained. "There are more of us out there, people who know the truth and are willing to fight." Lily felt a glimmer of hope. "What do we do now?" "We expose them," Ethan said, his voice firm. "We gather our evidence, tell our stories, and bring this operation to light. It's time the world knew what was happening in their own backyard." The fight was far from over, but for the first time in a long while, Lily felt a sense of purpose. The journey ahead would be perilous, but she and Ethan were ready to face it together. The wilderness might still hold its mysteries and dangers, but the greatest threat came from within, the very people sworn to protect them. And it was time to turn the tables. As the sun rose over the horizon, Lily and Ethan prepared to take their first steps toward uncovering the truth. The missing 411 would no longer be a mystery, it would be a revelation, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit against the darkest of forces.